Have you ever noticed that there are two types of women over 50? There's the woman who wakes up looking like she's been fighting a battle all night. Her face is puffy, her joints are stiff, and the lines around her eyes seem to have carved themselves deeper while she slept.
And 10. There is the other woman.
The one who wakes up at 60 or even 70, looking like she just returned from a month-long vacation. Her skin has a subtle bounce, her energy is calm, and she glows. Not from makeup, but from something underneath. We are told that the difference between these two women is genetics, or maybe a $200 jar of miracle cream sitting on the vanity. But what if I told you that is a lie? The truth is, your body is a construction site. And the most important work doesn't happen when you are awake.
It happens on the night shift.
Hi, I'm Daily Health 365, and welcome to our sanctuary of holistic health. I want to speak to you, heart to heart, about something we rarely admit out loud. It's that feeling of looking in the mirror and sensing that your body is slowly quieting down. It's not just the wrinkles. It's the brain fog that greets you before your coffee does. It's the waking up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering where your peace of mind went. In the medical world, they might call this normal aging. They say, you're over 50, get used to the fatigue. But I don't believe in accepting exhaustion as a lifestyle. I believe that right now, inside of you, there is a dormant team of workers waiting to clock in. Here is the science that changed everything for me and thousands of people in our community.
When you close your eyes at night, your body doesn't just turn off.
It actually shifts into high gear.
This is the night shift.
This is when your brain flushes out toxins, your hormones work to patch up collagen fibers, and your cells repair the damage from the day. But here is the problem. Imagine inviting a renovation crew to your house to fix the roof, but you don't give them any wood, nails, or tools. They show up, they stand around, and they leave. That is exactly what is happening to most of us. We go to bed dehydrated, stressed, and nutritionally empty.
So, the crew can build.
Tonight, we are going to change the supply chain. I'm going to share with you 5 specific liquid tools, 5 bedtime elixirs that act as the raw materials for your body's night shift. These aren't just drinks, they are signals. Signals that tell your body, it is safe to heal. It is time to rebuild. From a golden anti-inflammatory shield to a rare spice that was once worth more than gold itself. Stick with me until the very end, because the last drink is a secret weapon for your eyes and circulation that almost no one is talking about.
Let us clock in for the night shift.
Let me tell you about a woman named Martha. Martha came to me a few years ago with a complaint that I hear almost every single day. She said, I sleep for 7 hours, but when I wake up, I feel old. She described her joints feeling like rusty door hinges that needed oiling, and her mind felt like she was wading through thick fog until noon. She thought she just needed more coffee. But coffee wasn't the answer, because Martha wasn't tired.
She was inflamed.
In the wellness world, we have a name for this, inflammaging. It is exactly what it sounds like, aging accelerated by chronic, silent inflammation. Think of it like this. Inside your body, specifically in your joints and deep within the layers of your skin, there are tiny invisible fires burning. These fires are fueled by sugar, stress, and environmental toxins. And what do these fires do?
They burn down your collagen scaffolding.
That's why you see the sagging. That's why you feel the stiffness. So, for our first drink, we need a fire extinguisher. We need something ancient, powerful, and soothing. We need golden milk. You've probably heard of turmeric. It's the bright yellow spice that gives curry its color. But treating turmeric just as a flavor is a tragedy. This root contains curcumin, a compound so potent that studies have shown it can rival some anti-inflammatory pharmaceuticals, without the side effects. When you drink this before bed, you are essentially sending a cleanup crew to those inflammation sites. You are telling that NF-kappa B pathway, the master switch for inflammation, to turn off. But here is the secret that most people miss. I see so many women just stirring turmeric powder into hot water and wondering why it doesn't work. You cannot absorb curcumin on its own. Your body struggles to take it in. To make this a true cellular fire extinguisher, you need a specific chemical reaction. You need a key to unlock the door.
Let us make this together.
I want you to treat this preparation as a sacred act. Start with a cup of unsweetened plant milk, almond or oat works best.
Pour it into a small pot.
Now, add your half teaspoon of turmeric. But here is the game changer. Take a pinch of black pepper.
Just a pinch.
Black pepper contains piperine, which increases the absorption of turmeric by up to 2,000%. Without the pepper, the gold stays locked. Next, add a sliver of fresh ginger. In traditional medicine, ginger is warming. It helps digestion, ensuring that your sleep isn't disturbed by a heavy stomach. And finally, half a teaspoon of coconut oil or almond oil.
Remember, curcumin dissolves in fat, not water.
This healthy fat carries the healing compounds straight into your bloodstream. Warm it gently. Do not let it boil aggressively, you don't want to kill the nutrients. Just until steam starts to dance off the surface. When you drink this, about an hour before sleep, feel the warmth traveling down your throat. Imagine it glowing inside you, putting out those tiny fires in your knees, your lower back, your skin. It is the ultimate act of self-soothing. It's like giving your cells a warm hug and saying, the battle is over. You can rest now. But once the fires are out, we need to rebuild the foundation. And for that, we need to talk about hydration, but not the kind you get from water. Now that we've put out the fires of inflammation with our golden milk, we face a second challenge. And this is one I know you've felt. It's the menopausal thirst.
You know the feeling.
You drink your 8 glasses of water a day. You carry your water bottle everywhere. And yet, you look in the mirror and your skin still looks parched, papery, or flaky. Why? Because pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom doesn't fill the bucket. As we age, our estrogen levels drop. Estrogen was the gatekeeper of our natural oils, our lipid barrier. Without it, your skin becomes like that rock in the video. You can drink a gallon of water, but your cells can't hold onto it. It evaporates before the morning comes. We need to turn your skin back into a sponge. We need to repair the barrier. Enter our second renovation tool, warm almond milk. This isn't just a dairy substitute, it is a skincare serum you drink. Almonds are densely packed with vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant. Unlike water, vitamin E dissolves into the lipid layers of your cell membranes. It acts as an internal lotion, patching up those holes in the bucket so you wake up with that plump feeling in your cheeks. But there is another reason I chose almonds specifically for the night shift. It's a mineral that 70% of Americans are deficient in, magnesium. Magnesium is nature's muscle relaxant. If you are someone who carries tension in your shoulders, or if you toss and turn because you can't get comfortable, your body is screaming for magnesium. It calms the nervous system and physically unknots your muscles, preparing you for deep REM sleep. I want to share the story of Sarah, a 65-year-old grandmother who loved gardening. Sarah told me she dreaded going to sleep. Why? Because almost every night, like clockwork at 2 a.m., she would be jolted awake by a Charlie horse, a painful leg cramp that left her limping the next day. She thought it was just part of getting older.
It's not.
It was her muscles crying out for minerals. We added a cup of warm almond milk to her nightly routine. Not cold but warm. Within 10 days, the cramp stopped. But the surprise bonus? She told me, my heels used to be so cracked they would snag on the sheets.
Now they are smooth.
That is the double power of hydration and magnesium working together while she slept. Preparing this is simple, but there is one rule you must not break.
Unsweetened. Please, check the label.
If your almond milk has added cane sugar, you are undoing all the good work. Sugar causes glycation, which hardens your collagen. We don't want that.
Warm the milk gently.
If you need a little flavor, add a sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon. Cinnamon helps stabilize your blood sugar overnight, which prevents you from waking up hungry or jittery. Or, add a drop of pure vanilla extract for that comforting scent of home.
Sip this slowly. Feel your shoulders drop an inch. Feel your jaw unclench.
You are now hydrated, relaxed, and ready to disconnect from the chaos of the world. And speaking of chaos, how do we turn off a brain that won't stop racing? That brings us to our next drink. We have put out the inflammation fires. We have hydrated the skin. But now we face the biggest enemy of modern aging. It's a phenomenon I call being tired but wired.
You know this feeling.
Your body is physically exhausted. Your back aches, your eyes are heavy. But you lay down, and your brain decides it's time to review every mistake you made in 1995. Or you find yourself doom scrolling through the news on your phone, bathing your face in blue light. This isn't just a bad habit, it is a hormonal disaster. When you do this, your body pumps out cortisol. And here is the hard truth: cortisol is a collagen eater. When your body thinks it is under stress, it stops sending blood to your skin. It thinks you are in danger, so it sends resources to your muscles to run away. Your skin is left starved, pale, and unable to repair itself. We need to manually flip the OFF switch. And nature has given us a flower that does exactly that: chamomile.
Now, I know what you're rethinking. Chamomile?
That's just ordinary tea. But there is nothing ordinary about the compound hidden inside these petals, apigenin. Apigenin is fascinating. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and binds to the GABA receptors in your brain. These are the same receptors that anti-anxiety medications target, but chamomile does it gently, without the fog. It doesn't knock you out, it simply quiets the noise. It sends a chemical signal to your nervous system that says, the day is done.
You are safe.
You can stop running. But I promised you I wouldn't just give you the basics. I want to give you the biohacker secret that transformed my sleep quality.
Have you ever woken up suddenly at 3 Uhr nachts, heart pounding, wide awake?
That is often caused by a drop in blood sugar. Your body panics, spikes cortisol to release stored sugar, and wakes you up. Here is the trick: brew your cup of chamomile tea, steep it for at least 5 minutes to get all the medicinal oils. Then, add just 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
I know, it sounds strange.
Vinegar in tea?
But trust me.
The acetic acid in the vinegar helps stabilize your blood sugar levels throughout the night. It prevents that 3 a.m. crash. When you combine the brain-calming effect of chamomile with the blood sugar stability of vinegar, you unlock a level of deep, unbroken sleep that most people haven't felt in decades. If the taste is too sharp, a tiny drop of raw honey is fine. But honestly, I've grown to love the ritual.
Hold the cup close to your face before you sip.
The steam opens your pores. Let's call it a mini facial. The warmth travels to your gut.
The apigenin travels to your brain.
You are turning off the world, one sip at a time. This drink handles the stress of the mind. But what about the heaviness of the heart? What about the emotional weight that we as women carry for our families, our children, our aging parents? To heal that, we need something deeper. We need the flower of emotional release. We need to talk about a symptom that frightens many women over 50, yet almost no one admits to their friends. It's that moment when you lay your head on the pillow, the room is quiet, but your heart starts to race.
You feel a fluttering in your chest. Palpitations. You worry. Is it my heart? Is something wrong?
Usually, it is not your heart itself. It is your nervous system stuck in the on position. It's a sign that your vagus nerve, the main highway between your brain and your body, has forgotten how to switch into rest and digest mode. We often think of lavender as just a pretty scent for drawer sachets or bath bombs. But that is a misunderstanding of its power. When you drink lavender, you are performing a kind of internal aromatherapy that speaks directly to that vagus nerve.
Let me introduce you to Patricia.
Patricia was a CEO for 30 years. She was a type of personality, always in control, always solving problems. When she retired at 62, she thought she would finally relax. Instead, her anxiety exploded. She told me, "I don't know who I am if I'm not fixing something." Her mind treated sleep like a business project that she was failing at. She would lie in bed, her jaw clenched, furious that she couldn't manage her own rest. We introduced lavender tea into her routine, but not just for the chemistry. We used it as a lesson in surrender. The active compound in lavender is linalool. Science tells us that linalool inhibits the chemical messengers in the brain that trigger excitement and agitation. It lowers blood pressure and slows the heart rate. For Patricia, that cup of tea became her permission slip. It was the only time in the day she was allowed to be unproductive. If you are someone who finds it hard to mentally clock out at the end of the day, here is how you brew this potion. Take 1 teaspoon of dried, food-grade lavender buds. But here is the secret addition: mix it with lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. In the Middle Ages, lemon balm was known as the gladdening herb. It was used to chase away melancholy and heaviness of the spirit. Pour your hot water, and immediately, this is crucial, cover your cup with a saucer. Lavender is rich in volatile oils. If you leave the cup open, those healing oils evaporate into the air with the steam.
You want them trapped in the water.
Let it steep for 7 minutes. When you lift that saucer, the first thing you do is inhale. Let that scent hit your olfactory nerve. It signals the brain to release tension before you even take a sip. Patricia told me that after a month, the heart flutters stopped. But more importantly, she said, "I feel soft again." She realized that aging isn't about losing control, it's about gaining peace. So we have soothed the joints, hydrated the skin, calmed the mind, and healed the heart. But there is one final piece of the puzzle. I have saved the best for last. This final drink is the royal finish. It is a golden secret used by queens in history, and it targets the one thing that gives away our age more than wrinkles: our eyes and our radiance.
I told you I saved the best for last.
This final drink is not just a beverage, it is a legend. For thousands of years, From the palaces of Persia to the bathhouses of Cleopatra, this ingredient was valued higher than gold itself.
It is saffron, the golden thread.
Why did ancient queens rely on this? Because they understood something that modern medicine is just catching up to.
As we age, we don't just lose collagen. We lose circulation.
Have you noticed that as you get older, your complexion looks paler? Maybe a bit gray or washed out? That is because the tiny microcapillaries, the microscopic road network that delivers oxygen to your skin, are shrinking. Your skin is literally starving for oxygen. Saffron contains two powerhouse compounds, crocin and safranal.
When you drink this tea, it acts like a vasodilator.
It gently opens up those closed roads.
The result? It puts the roses back in your cheeks.
It gives you that post-exercise glow without you having to run a marathon. But for us, the women over 50, there is a benefit even more critical than glowing skin.
Your eyes.
Macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss as we age. Think of saffron as biological sunglasses. Studies have shown that the antioxidants in saffron accumulate in the retina, protecting the delicate photoreceptor cells from oxidative stress and blue light damage. It is one of the very few things you can ingest that directly supports visual clarity. Now I know what you are thinking. Saffron is expensive.
And you are right.
It is the most expensive spice in the world. That is why I do not ask you to drink this every day.
Make this your Saturday night ritual.
Treat it as a reward for getting through the week. Here is how you make the perfect royal elixir. Take just 3 to 5 strands of high-quality saffron.
That is all you need.
Place them in hot, never boiling, water. Let it sit for a full 10 minutes until the water is a deep amber. To unlock the flavor, I add 1 crushed pod of cardamom. Cardamom is fantastic for digestion, but it also adds a warming aromatic depth that pairs perfectly with the floral notes of saffron. And finally, a touch of raw honey to seal in the medicine.
When you drink this on a quiet Saturday evening, I want you to remember something.
You spend your life taking care of others. You buy gifts for your grandchildren, you cook for your family.
This golden cup? This is for you.
It is a reminder that you are precious, that you are worthy of care, and that your vitality is not gone. It is just waiting to be awakened. So, we have our menu. But how do we fit all of this into a real life? Let's break it down into a simple 7-day challenge that you can start tonight. Now I know what you might be thinking. Do I have to drink all of these? Am I going to spend my entire evening in the kitchen? Please, do not drink all 5 at once.
You will float away.
The goal of holistic health is not to overwhelm your body, it is to create a rhythm. So, I have designed a simple 7-day night shift challenge for you. Think of this as a weekly menu for your cells. Here is your game plan. Mondays and Wednesdays are for golden milk. We start the week by putting out the fires of inflammation. Tuesdays and Thursdays are for almond milk. We focus on deep hydration and magnesium for those muscles. Fridays, we let go of the work week with chamomile and apple cider vinegar.
We turn off the cortisol switch.
Saturday is your royal treat. That is your saffron night.
Celebrate yourself. And Sunday?
We prepare for the week ahead with lavender, calming the heart and setting intentions. Take a screenshot of this menu right now. This is your roadmap. I want to invite you to do this with me. Don't just watch this video and forget it.
Commit to your body tonight.
I want you to go to the comments section right now and tell me, which drink are you going to start with tonight?
Are you team golden milk?
Or are you ready for the saffron glow? If you found value in this night shift approach, please subscribe to our channel. We are building a community of women who refuse to become invisible, and we need your light in this circle. Remember, your body is incredibly forgiving. It doesn't matter how long you have neglected it. The moment you offer it the right materials, the repair begins. The night shift is starting.
Sleep deep, dream well, and wake up radiant.
I'll see you in the next video. Which drink will you try?
Comment Bilo?